It is a hex grid turn-based tactical game. The 4-world maps aren't very involved and mostly just represent nodes to measure the passage of days. There are some villages that give a little bit of resources for a short time, the rest is just nodes to have a random event generated on them. There are no text quests, and almost every action is an hour fight, and fights are the only reliable source of random supplies. On easy difficulty they tend to just accumulate, but if you get a unit with an upkeep, you are suddenly facing the shortages. At least meat and blood can be acquired by butchering your own units that you can buy on the markets. But if you spend all your alcohol, one of the best units in the game can be peeved. It's something akin to pit people, going around and collecting hundreds of pocket monsters in turn-based combat, but with less story and no jokes. There are a ton of minor skills where units can acquire, and they can soak in several mutators, items that add major skills or new abilities. Every unit has only 3 slots for them, but some units can permanently absorb 5 more. Besides the class-dependent weapon slot, some classes can also use armors, helms, or shields. Most of the loot is just the same generic items with slight differences in armor stats, but there are items that add new skills or abilities. The sum of all these minor improvements leads to a weird balance, at least on easy. Friendly and enemy units can take a lot of punishment, constantly gaining more HP and regenerating, dragging the battles out. But any moment suddenly someone can just die very fast, because there are no reliable medics. Enemies being so full of perks means that half of the cool combat abilities, like pushing or dragging ink, just does not work most of the time. And of course bosses have immunities to everything. Since there are no saves during the battles, it's easy to lose the last 1 hour of play during the prolonged boss battles. Units gain experience and level up, but they do it very slowly and get only 3 points in primary stats, and it takes a lot of points to see any difference. It's often much slower to level up a backup dude than to get a new one of a high level. But the old and weak one already has traits unlocked and mutators absorbed, so it's a hard choice with no right answer. The game has very cool, ugly and grimy art and looks very interesting. It's a very simple game, but the combat is satisfying and the art is unique. Unlike the pit people, I did finish it and it's kinda great.
Ютубач Дискос,